Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Law Luxury Makeup. For today's Sunday morning, get ready with me. We're going to do a full face of products that I love that you can get during the Sephora Spring Savings event. So if you're curious to see what products I used to create this look, keep watching. To get started, we're going to use primer. And I have the new Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer. I have been using it. I really like it. I think the packaging is stunning. It is so luxe. I absolutely love it. So it has the twist up top and then you pump down and you get the product. So I'm going to squeeze out a little bit of the product and just apply it to the face. So you can get this at Sephora. It is in stock. There is a slight fragrance, but it doesn't bother me. It kind of smells, it's not as strong as the foundation. So if you have the Shade and Illuminate foundation, it's that similar smell. I don't find it as strong though. So really have been enjoying this new primer and it's a great time to get it while it's 20% off. For foundation, there are so many excellent foundations at Sephora. I'm going to link my whole entire list that I have put together down in my description box. There's so many foundations, you guys. But the one that I'm going to use today is the Dior Air Flash. I don't even know what to say about this foundation that hasn't already been said. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I get asked whenever I wear it, people are always like, what foundation are you wearing? It literally makes your skin flawless. So I shake it up really good. It is an aerosol. It is weird to apply. It's not like any other foundation I have, but it's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my BK Beauty 101. I'm going to spray it directly onto the brush. And I'm going to do this multiple times because you don't get out a lot of product, and I don't want a lot at one time. So it actually works out really good. So I think that this is a great shade for me. This is shade 304, which I think has now been renamed to 3C. So I'm going to do just half the face so you guys can see the difference. It's I would say medium coverage. It's definitely buildable though. And I just really like it. You can also take the foundation and spray it directly on your face. I don't know why, I just can't do it. I just can't bring myself to spray it. But this is a foundation that I have in both my winter collection, or my winter shade, as well as my summer shade. I like it that much. There are not a lot of foundations that I do have the winter shade and my summer shade. I just love it. It's so good. I highly recommend it. But again, I have so many recommended foundations in my list. My list is very long. I did not do a Sephora video where I give you guys all my recommendations because I feel like I would have been sitting here talking for 2 hours. There are so many products that are really good and that I really enjoy. So I thought the best way to kind of like show you some of the stuff that I'm getting or some of the stuff that I recommend is just do a get ready with me. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and do that over the course of the next week over on Instagram as well, just to kind of give you ideas of how the products wear. I know it's hard because stuff goes in and out of stock, and this is like Sephora's, this is their big sale of the year and stuff does sell out. For concealer, you guys, I really have been enjoying this KVD, the Apple Bottom concealer. It is full coverage, so if you are not a full coverage person, you may not like it. So I'm just going to take a little bit, but I really have been enjoying it. And this is also available at Sephora. Now I got this in a mystery box, so I wasn't able to pick my shade. However, I do think it's a really good shade. Medium 126. Today I'm going to contour. So I have the Westman Atelier contour stick, and this is in shade Truffle. So this is the Face Trace Contour Stick, and I have shade Truffle. I'm going to place it right underneath my cheekbone. I just love this product because it's so easy to use. So easy. And I take my Bobbi Brown full coverage face, or full coverage face brush. I think it's a great blending brush. I really, really like it for my cream contour. So I really, of the cream contours, I like the Westman Atelier a lot. I also have the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, which I did use the other day on Instagram. It's a gorgeous contour also. It's not as easy to use because this you can just twist up, swipe. So this one's easier to use, but I think they're both really, really beautiful. And I always just put this on before my powder. I will go in with a bronzer, but if we want to feel extra, we want to do something a little special, I like to go in with some contour. For powder, I have a couple of powders that you can get at Sephora that I like. The Charlotte Tilbury is a really, really nice one. It's probably my favorite pressed powder. But they also have the La Mer, the powder. And of all my powders that are sold at Sephora, I think the La Mer is my favorite. It is really a really nice translucent powder. And I love the puff. I know I've talked about this before, but if you're new, I think this puff is phenomenal. It's kind of a mix between a puff and a brush. So it's very fluffy, it's very airy. I'm able to really get the powder loosely onto my face without really packing it in. A lot of times with the puffs, I feel like I'm getting too much powder on my face and it looks cakey. But this is, I don't know if you can see, but it's just very light. I think of it like a brush, so it's kind of like a mix between the two. And so, oddly enough, my favorite powder brush of all time ever is the La Mer powder brush. But when I use the La Mer powder, I actually use the La Mer powder puff. So, but if you don't have the La Mer powder brush, I highly recommend it. 99% of my videos, you are going to see me using the La Mer powder brush. It is hands down my favorite. For bronzer, I'm going to use this LYS bronzer, and I have shade Medium Harmony. It's a really, really nice bronzer, and it's on the affordable side, so that's always good. It's not a super expensive bronzer, and I think it's a really nice bronzer. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes now, and I have the Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. And this is just in the original white shade. I know that they do have some tinted ones now, which I think is great, and I would love to get one of those, but this is just the original in white, and I'll just blend this down. And I put it on a little bit before I do my eyeshadow so that it can sit and dry down. But this is just going to give a nice canvas for the eyeshadow. For blush, I'm going to go ahead and start with a cream blush first. This is the Westman Atelier cream blush in shade Bachette. I'm going to take my BK Beauty 106 and I just kind of swirl it around and then pop it on. The Westman Atelier cream blushes are definitely one of my favorite products that Westman Atelier makes, but it's also one of my favorite cream blushes. And I think this Bachette shade is just beautiful on my skin. It is a perfect blush shade for me. For highlighter today, I'm going to use the Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette in Universe. This is one of my favorite palettes of 2022. I really, really like it. So I'm going to go in to this highlight shade right there. It is called Supernatural Strobe Light. I'm going to take a Sonia G Designer Pro. I absolutely love the Hourglass powder. Like, their formula is so good for mature skin. And now I'm going to go into the blush. And we're just going to kind of mix the two blush shades together. And just add a little bit on top of that cream blush. Just adding that little bit of powder on top of the cream really intensifies that cream color, and it really makes your cheeks stand out. Plus, it also helps the longevity of the cream to make it last a little bit longer throughout the day. So that is my little tip. For eyeshadow, we're going to use my all-time favorite palette. This is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I just think it is gorgeous. I think it is perfect for every day. You can use it to smoke out your eye look, to create a night look. It's hands down my favorite palette. So I'm going to start right here. This shade is called Crease. And I'm taking a Sonia G Worker 1 and I'm going to take it into my crease. You'll notice that I do take this shade slightly above my crease, but not to the brow bone. I'm going to take a rougher number 14 and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Outer Eyelid. And that is what we're going to place it. So I'm just going to blend. I'm going to take a Bobbi Brown Smoky Eyeliner brush and I'm going to go into the shade right here called Lash Line. And I am going to take that on my lash line and use that as eyeliner. So I tried to lightly, I didn't want to make it too smoky, kind of define that outer corner. And now I'm going to go in with a Bobbi Brown angled brush into this shade right here, and it's called Smoke. So I'm going to build up that outer corner with that shade. And if you make any messes, your foundation brush, or if you use the Beauty Blender, is a really good tool to kind of clean up. So I'll just go in the outer eye and just kind of wipe away any shadow that may have come out of the parameters that I drew. So I'm going to take a rougher number 28 and I'm going to go into this shade down here. It's called Center Eyelid. And it's kind of like a champagne shimmer. And I'm going to do exactly as it says. I'm going to place it in the center of my lid. I know a lot of people don't like the names of these shadows. I am in the minority and I actually like it. So I just packed it on right there in the middle. I'm going to take another brush. This is a rougher number 2. And I'm going to go into a light pink shimmer and it's called Inner Corner. And I'm going to place it in the inner corner. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. I will take a fluffy blending brush and kind of blend all of this together. But I'll do that after I've got all the shadow down. And lastly, I'm going to take a Sonia G Crease Pro, and there is a shade here called Brow Bone. And I'm going to take that underneath the brow. So here is my fluffy bending brush. This is the BK Beauty 201. And I'm actually going to add just a little bit of the crease shade. Not a lot. And go into that crease and blend. It kind of just smooths everything out and diffuses it so there's no harsh lines. I love this palette, you guys. I know. I say it all the time, but this is just hands down the best palette. The best. And I don't want anything too over the top, so I'm not going to do anything underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to leave it like that. For brows, I have the Merit Brow Gel, and this was gifted. It is my favorite brow gel. I really, really like it. I think it looks very natural and very subtle. And now for mascara. I'm going to prime my lashes with the Dior Show Maximizer 3D. That's what it looks like. I love an eyelash primer. This one is good. It's not my favorite, but this is available at Sephora. My favorite is not. So we're going to use this one today. For mascara, I have a sample here of the Tom Ford Badass mascara, which I really, really like. It's one of my favorites. And I should have checked to make sure that this was still available. The last time I bought it at Sephora. All right, we're almost finished. So for lips, I'm gonna line my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in shade Pillow Talk 2 Medium. Highly recommend the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheats. They are phenomenal lip liners. And for lipstick today, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Lab Lip Fetish Divino Lip Shine, and I'm going to use shade Flush 7. These are just a beautiful, hydrating, like, lipstick. Definitely a little bit brighter than I thought. But it'll work. It'll work for today's look. I like it. These are my favorite Pat McGrath Lab lipsticks. They are super, super hydrating, and I really, really like them. So highly recommend the Lip Fetish Divino Lip Shines. Really, really good. I have them in 3 shades. That completes our Sunday morning Get Ready With Me of full face of Sephora favorites. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I literally, like I said, I could go on for hours. I could sit here and talk to you about my favorite products at Sephora for hours. I didn't think that would be beneficial to anybody. So I will leave my link down below if you're interested to see what I recommend. I guarantee that list is not full. There's probably stuff missing. If you have any questions, you need help deciding, please reach out. I'm always happy to help you guys. I really do enjoy it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It means a lot to me. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video.